I think it's fair to say in this day and age there is a huge emphasis on visual elements of games, and when a new generation of consoles comes out, we often wonder how it's going to push the visual boundaries of its predecessor. Well, it looks like there's a studio who is actually spinning this all on its head. Falling Squirrel and Creative Bite Studios have come together to produce a game called The Vale Shadow of the Crown. And unlike anything that I've seen before, at least in recent times, this game is going to be purely based on audio stimulus. And this isn't something that they've just slapped in and doing it for the whole novelty of the mechanic. It actually makes sense when you look at the premise of the story. The game revolves around you playing a princess who was blind at birth. And things all kick off basically around the coronation of your elder brother as he steps up onto the throne. And as you're basically making your way to the castle to meet your brother, you're attacked by this huge army. Your convoy is lost and you find yourself alone. And this is where the title of the game comes into it, because the area that you're lost in is called the Vale. Now I think there are some basic things it's probably worth noting about the game. I haven't actually found a price of it so far, but I will tell you that the game is only 5 hours in length. This to me is not surprising in the slightest, because it is purely based around audio alone. There is no visual element to it apart from kind of this blind snowstorm you're met all the way throughout the screen, or at least from what I've seen in gameplay trailers. If you're an audiophile, I will also say this game is probably right up your street. I am by no means an expert in anything audio, but this has been recorded using basically specialized 3D audio tech, and it did sound phenomenal. When you close your eyes, or even you're just staring at the screen, you got a real sense of everything that was around you, which is probably a relief when you've got a game that is purely based around its audio experience. Now in terms of gameplay, what I've heard so far was a short scene with some wolves and you're fighting them off, and basically it worked is that you were swinging your swords at any enemies that you heard nearby to you. Now I took two things away from this. One is that you definitely have to be playing this game to really kind of feel the moments it's trying to create. Maybe I need to play it a little bit longer, but just looking at it from an outside point of view, it just didn't draw me in. Again, I think that is because you have to really be the person, experiencing those moments that you're getting involved with. The other thing that I took away from this is that this isn't a game that you should listen to on speakers. Like, to really feel that kind of immersive experience, get yourself a pair of headphones. Now I only got to hear sword scenes, but there are apparently other types of equipment. There's also more playstyles, there's magic in there, companions, and also a quest system. So again, for a game that is purely based on audio, they seem to have really ticked all the boxes in terms of what an RPG needs. Another wonderful thing about this being a fully sound driven game is that it is completely blind accessible. And it's always great to see more games have more accessibility options for those who may not be able to play a game the conventional way. And lastly, with this game being just purely audio driven, the specs on this thing, it runs on an Intel i3 and 4 megs of RAM, so you could essentially run it on a toaster. There is currently a demo out. If you would like to give it a go, you can check it out on Steam, and it comes out on the 19th of August. For me, it's probably not one that I am going to pick up. I am a very visually driven person, but I expect there to be a fair few people out there who will really, really enjoy this. And say it had such unique mechanics that I thought, hey, there's going to be some people who want to hear about this, so here I am making the video. Anyway, as usual, I hope everyone is well. Have a great day, and I'll see you all soon.